All right, guys. Took a little break. Went home, checked on the boys. Boys are doing fine. Got a sandwich. And we are back up here at Waters Farm. And we're gonna continue our tour around and see all the reenactors. Good afternoon, gentlemen. And what period, I'm going to turn the camera, everybody's okay with being on camera?
This is World War II, 2nd Naval Beach Battalion. These are the guys that went ashore in some of the assault waves on Utah Beach. And then on Omaha Beach, you had the 6th and the 7th Naval Beach Battalion. So these are the guys that went in and they took control of the beaches and they ran all the logistics. They guided all the troop ships coming in, they guided the landing craft coming in. After the beaches were secure, they were then there for a month guiding all supplies in and off, the wounded back out to the ships, so all of that traffic. I mean, some of the veterans kind of called themselves glorified traffic cops, but it was a very vital role. I mean, most of what they're doing, the gist of it is movement back and forth, but without that, the beaches would have just become complete disaster.
Oh, that's a very important job, yeah.
So they're going in the initial waves as well. So you have, before the beach is even taken, there's guys running ashore with a signal lamp, or this is a portable signal lamp, radios, things like that. A lot of it was lost on Omaha Beach as guys, when the troop ships hit underwater sandbars, they went into water over their head and then dropping things left and right. But in the Navy way, they always had a backup for several different systems. So a lot of the signalmen, if you had a light, you still had your signal flags tucked in your belt. So some of them were still able to go out with those and guide in the landing craft.
Awesome.
Well, on Omaha Beach, with all the machine gun fire and everything else that was going on there, it was very murderous fire. Some of these guys mentioned that their job was to guide these craft in, that there was nothing they could do. They took their flags, walked down to the water line, and stood up with their backs to the machine guns while this was going on, and somehow survived. But it would have been a very hairy job. It would take a lot of nerve to do that kind of thing.
I was going to say, it takes a lot of courage to turn your back to gunfire.
Yeah, and so at the same time, the guys, if a boat was damaged or blown up and blocking the beach, they'd have to try to get it out. You had certain sections were boat sections, that was their job, or to try to repair a boat, that'd be later on. But communication sections were pretty vital because they had to communicate with the craft coming in, the ships out there with the next waves, and then also the support ships that were giving the artillery fire. So some of the Army officers said that if it hadn't been for the naval gunfire, they would have never got off the beaches on Omaha.
Really?
Fairly true. And so it was all of these signalmen, and there was only a few radios that made it ashore, but those ones were doing as much as they could to coordinate artillery fire and try to knock out some of those pillboxes and everything else. Because of what they did. And at the time, they knew how monumental this stuff was. I mean, they knew when they were hitting the beaches in Normandy, they knew they were making history, and they literally said it to the soldiers and the sailors. They knew this stuff was going down every time they were into a battle, that it was going in the history books.
That's true.
Which, a lot of them might not have wanted to think about or care about at the time, but they knew it was monumental while it was going on.
That was great. I really appreciate it, and thanks for your expert tutelage, and I appreciate it. And have a good weekend, guys. Really super interesting, everything they get going on here, and talking to all the people. You really can learn quite a bit about history. Well, let's take a look at what this gentleman's doing over here. Looks like he might be making musket balls. Let's see. Look at that.
So that we melt lead in this small pot here. There's some mold here for the ball itself.
Okay.
With a little ladle, take some liquid lead. There's nothing here. Pour it into the hole in the bowl. It doesn't take long. quench it with water to cool it and separate it. And then open up the mold and we have our ball.
Look at that, folks.
We just pull it out. Still a little warm, but enough to handle. And just cut the slag off the end. And we have a ball.
No kidding. Hi, gentlemen. How are you?
We're well.
And what period are you representing?
We are colonial, so we're the 18th century, so around 17. Well, I'm actually earlier. My waistcoat goes down a little lower, so this is about 1760. Okay. And his waistcoat, it comes up a little bit higher, which means he'd be about 1770, 17.
Really? And that's pretty impressive how fashion continues even to this date.
Absolutely.
And back then date everybody.
Absolutely. It was actually very interesting. So some of the things that you'll see is shoes. So
Go ahead.
rounded toes like that.
Yeah.
Well, before, if you were earlier, like the 1740s, 1750s, the toes were more squared, and that's where we get the term "you're a square" because you were wearing the older square-toed shoes.
Oh. No. So here, guys, I think we have Roman legionnaires.
It's like this guy is literally like, I don't know, 25 feet away from like a lorca, you know, and he let fly with like an arrow, and the thing, it pierced it a little bit, but not even enough to like do the wearer that much damage from that
You
close.
gotta wonder how much that vest weighs. We'll come back. All right, guys, guess who we ran into? We have Mr. Chauvin, and he is the president of Waters Farm, and he is the person that I have been in contact with here at Waters Farm, and he's an excellent gentleman. Great, and well, we would really like to thank you for this opportunity that you have given us.
Oh, we love it. You know, that's the main reason this whole property is here, to have events like this and things, you know. The reason that it was given, and this is all town property, it's not owned by an association or anything, this is owned by the town.
Okay.
And we lease it from the town, the association rents it from the town.
Okay.
So we manage all the events and the property and stuff like that, so that people can come and enjoy this place. You know, we've got 120 acres of different venues, trails, fields, historic houses, different properties, you know, the barn, blacksmith shop, everything.
Great.
So, you know, we're trying to keep up and keep things moving, you know, gonna get back in the swing of things again. You
That's
know,
right.
You know, and hopefully we'll do some more videos. And
We will. I believe that I'm coming back. I'm going to be speaking with a historian here,
Yes.
and we're going to
Joyce
go.
Smith.
Yes, and we're going to go over more of the history of Waters Farm,
Correct.
and how it became as a homestead, and
Correct.
all the
You know,
things that go into
they were
that.
one of the first ones here. You know, I guess they had over, from what I've been told, they were anywhere between 600 and 1,000 acres was given to them by King George, from what I've been told. Don't
Oh,
quote me on
really?
this.
Okay. Well, that's
So-
very interesting.
You know, so, you know, when you got that much property and, you know, everybody thinks, oh, it was a farm. Well, it wasn't a farm. It was a big apple orchard. There was
Oh, okay. That's right. The Sutton
Sutton Beauty apple was created here, which is not like a tasty apple. It was designed more for transport back to England and stuff, so that they could use it to numerous things: brandy, cider, baking, different things. But it wasn't an eating apple, from what I was told. So we actually have a couple of trees on the property here in the corner over there. They're not originals; they are takeoffs.
Okay.
You know, they would cut a branch and plant them. And stuff
Almost like a
graft.
A graft. Yes,
Yes,
correct.
So
So you had said, sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt you.
sure.
You had said that the association leases or rents the property from the town, I know that this event for a walk-in is a free event that they are putting on, but there is a small charge get in the frame, to park. So those proceeds would go towards those expenses, because any piece of land has expenses that,
You know,
that
just
are
to do the
incurred.
maintenance, you know, cut the grass,
Exactly.
painting, you know, even just little things like, you know, you look at the house and it's like, well, we need new shades for the windows, you know, and you know, so we put on these events to get the public to come here, to enjoy the property, you know, walk around, see what we've got, you know, take a walk in the woods. You know, we've got foraging classes that some people do here. You know, we've got beehives on the property. We've got a lot of different aspects of everything, you know, of showing how this property was run and done. And we've also got, you can look us up on PBS and see videos of with park rangers of anything from the Underground Railroad to how they used to hay, how the house was run, and other things like that. So,
well, what I'll do is I will look for all of that information, and I will leave that down in the show notes, and I will also leave a link to the Waters Farm website for you. Do you have a Facebook page?
We do.
And I'll leave a link to that Facebook page as well. And I'll tell you, me and Missy have been coming here for, when did I first meet you? 4 years ago? 4 years?
ago, yeah.
Coming here with the dogs, and we found this place because when we got our summer camp just below us, right down the bottom of the hill.
On the outside skirts of our property.
That's right. We were looking for a place that we could take the dogs, where the dogs could get off leash and run around and get some exercise, because as you guys who follow along know, when we're at the summer camp for kids, where we're at spring, winter, and fall, I have 800 acres there. There's no one there. The dogs are never on a leash. So this was really a godsend to be able to find, and Bob has been very accommodating, letting us bring our dogs up here. We make sure that we clean up after them. But we walk the field all the time. As you walk around this field, and I'll show you a shot of that. There are little benches you can sit and watch birds or watch whatever. I've come up here early in the morning, and in the field across the street, I've seen deer and turkey. And I highly encourage you, anybody who's in the central Massachusetts area or northeastern Connecticut or northwestern Rhode Island, this is well worth coming and checking out and seeing. And we'll leave a link to your events page, and people should come and check it out.
Yeah, we're having a fall festival, you know, October 16th and 17th, I believe. And,
all right, great.
The whole field will be filled with all different aspects of everything, from a car show one day, we have DJs, we have tractor pulling. Come have some of our famous apple crisp.
Oh,
you know,
great.
House tours. All kinds of things going on. Animals, play area for the kids. We have a nice array of different things for everybody in the fall.
Well, that sounds great. And once again, thank you so much for this access.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
You have a good day.
And I will be And what are you knitting there, ma'am?
I'm not knitting. I'm hand sewing a pocket.
Oh.
Because pockets back in the day were tied around your waist. They were not part of your clothing.
Oh, kind of like my camera satchel.
It's like this. Yeah.
Oh.
One on each side, and
Oh,
the skirts,
oh.
Like this.
the skirts are split.
Oh, look at
so
that.
This is a slit on my dress. This
so
is
you
a
can get
slit
your-
on my petticoat.
You can get your hand into your
And
pocket.
then this is my
Pocket.
pocket.
Hers,
Well, that's...
hers is very elaborate.
I
I'm
embroidered
making
mine.
a very
Well,
utilitarian pocket.
I'll tell you.
You can be a more.
I'll tell you what, a pickpocket would have a very hard time
Yes.
in that period. Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
All right.
You guys don't mind being on video and on YouTube, do you?
Of course not.
Nope.
All right.
Nothing to hide except from our predators.
All right. Don't worry, your wives won't see this. I've got a block.
Put on the gas mask.
Put on the gas mask.
That's it.
So
Now we're hiding.
So, is that French music you're listening to?
Italian.
Italian. Oh, excellent. What period are you guys representing?
World War II Italian.
Well, you have a wonderful display.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are you guys enjoying the day here at Waters Farm?
It's beautiful.
Good, good. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Take care.
All right.
care.
You too now.
Now, you guys, I see a bottle of wine. Are you
We're
drinking?
Italian.
Are you drinking wine?
We're Italian.
All right then, we'll leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that, guys. They may or may not be drinking wine. For anybody who needs to know. Now we're coming up over here on the PJS Trading company, and they trade and sell period equipment and clothing and toys and all kinds of stuff.
Hello.
Hello there, how are you?
Okay, how are you doing today?
And good. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your shop and what you do?
Well, we supply the reenactors with their supplies for their kit. We have all sorts of stuff from eating supplies over here. You know, you need your cups and your plates.
Oh yeah, okay.
Can't go to any good reenactment without having a good cup to drink out of.
That's right. Hopefully there's some good mead around somewhere to drink that with.
Quarters for a night.
Oh,
Plates and everything here.
Pretty much.
Sewing supplies so they can sew their clothes back together.
yeah. And I saw flints over there
Let's
and
keep the guns going. clean
and
supplies.
yarn. Now, let's get us both in the shot. Where are you? You're right there. So, do you sell online as well?
We're working on the website.
Okay.
It is there. There is no pictures on the website yet,
Okay.
but most of our items are on there now.
Okay. And do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, we do. It's PJS Trading.
PJS Trading. And I will leave a link to that down in the show notes. And hello there, sir.
Good day to you, fine people. How
Oh,
are you
I'm very well. And what do you have here? Well,
today? Well, these are items that would have been taken off of privateering vessels during the time of the American Revolution.
really?
Privateering was a very lucrative business during the colonial wars. It wasn't strange to see upwards of 3,000% profits on successful privateering ventures.
Really?
A ship's captain could apply for what was called a letter of marque, and that was a license to go after enemy shipping. Now, not only did it allow you to go after enemy shipping, but enemy ships' colonies. So going to war with England during the American Revolution, you could, a ship's captain who had a letter of marque, making him a privateer, could legally go after English ships, Canadian, Bermuda, Bahamas, Jamaica, India.
Ah,
So American privateers would travel all over the world looking for English and English colonies vessels, bring them back to port, and sell them as you see the items here.
no kidding. And when you say privateers, that's not a far leap from what we would call a pirate.
Well, a privateer is a legal
Pirate.
and the difference between a pirate and a privateer is that license called the letter of marque. And a
Aha.
ship's captain could apply either to a governor or to Congress to
Ah.
apply for that license.
So let me ask you a question. So I'm an English privateer.
Yes.
I have a letter of marque. I run across a French military vessel. To that French military vessel, am I now a pirate?
Well, it depends on the year involved in the American Revolution.
Okay.
Prior to 1777, France was assisting, but quietly assisting the Americans by sending over weapons, uniforms, allowing us to buy and arrange for to raise funds to buy that material.
Okay.
They weren't actively assisting us until 1778.
Okay.
So prior to that, England and France were not at war. So if a privateer, letter of marque, attacked a French ship, he would be a pirate. Because there was no war between England and France at that time. A English privateer would only legally be able to attack an American ship.
Okay, very interesting to know.
And after France got involved in the war, and after Holland got involved in the war, then the letter of marque could be updated to legally take a French vessel, legally take a Spanish vessel, legally take a Dutch vessel.
Oh, okay.
So even though the first shots that were fired in the American Revolution were fired at Lexington Green in Massachusetts, the last shots of the war were fired at the Battle of Cuddalore in India in 1783. And that was between the French and the English.
Wow. Well, that's very interesting. Well, thank you so much for that.
You're quite welcome, sir.
Well, we're going to... Okay, guys, that is our day here at Waters Farm in Sutton, Massachusetts. They had a reenactors fair and muster. It was extremely informative, and we will be back up here at Waters very shortly to meet with their historian, and we're going to go over the history of this homestead that was established in 1757, which is pretty impressive. It's 120 acres, and for those of you who follow along, you know we're up here all the time. It's a beautiful place. If you are in the area or you're visiting to the area, you get a chance to come up and check it out. Once again, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell, and that will notify you every time we have a video coming out. If you're subscribed, we really appreciate it, and we wouldn't be able to do this without you. Again, if you like these videos, share them with a friend. Okay, guys, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.